Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card. Now it looks a little bit simple right now, like nothing all that special about it, but it's actually has a pop-up feature to it and an easel to make it stand. So you'll see my feature right here pops out, kind of becomes 3D, and we have a little easel part of it here that'll make it stand up. So the recipient can make it stand up and look like that. This one says happy birthday, and then right there it says to you. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's going to take just a couple of minutes, and you barely even need to write anything down. So let me set this card aside. I'm going to make this one in Night of Navy. It's just our regular A2 card, you know, scored at 4 1/4 right there. It does need one additional score though. I'm also going to score it at 2 1/8, which is half of the 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to be right back after I score that. So I have the 2 1/8, and then it makes a mountain fold you want to make. Use your bone folder to get a nice crease is always a great idea. Okay, now to decorate the front, I am going to use, just like I did in the sample one, paper from the Paper Blossoms. It's one of our free celebration. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Pretty much how you would decorate the front of a cardstock, front of any card, right? And now I'm just going to cut it in half, this piece, so I'm going to cut it right at 2 inches. So there we go, and it's going to go on either side right here. See what I mean about it really is not very difficult to remember these measurements, because they're really very close to how many of us make a regular card. And I do want to get this kind of close to the score line here in the middle. Doesn't have to be exact, but I want to get at least kind of close. You're still going to see the score line a little bit. Like this. Now, next comes how to make that mechanism for it to pop up. A couple different ways you can make it, but I make it with 2 circles. These are 1 3/8 circle punch. You could use a little bit bigger ones. You could even use like 2 square punches. I'm going to fold each of these circles in half. You could go to the trouble of scoring them, but they're kind of little to score if you ask me. So I'm just going to fold each one in half. Now these are going to go right here. And I'm going to put glue, and I do like glue for this, mostly because I can wiggle it, and you'll see what I mean in just a little bit. Glue on just half of each circle, just half. And then I'm going to put 1 circle right there, 1/2 circle, I should say, and the other half circle right there. Exactly where you put it up and down this center line doesn't matter. You probably want it somewhere near the top. Actually, I'm going to fold this now and make sure they both kind of butt right up. Make sure they both kind of butt right up to that score line. And it keeps wiggling on me. Okie doke. So now what I'm going to do is I'll set it aside for just a little bit with something on top of it like this. Let it dry. Let me set that there, and I'll work on our, the artwork part of it. I'm using our stitch nested dies. This is about our 1/3 from the largest, but again, it doesn't really matter. You'll see I cut another one out from here because it wasn't going to show, because I'm going to put this paper on top of it. So let me go ahead and do that now. Then I fussy cutted a couple of these flowers out of the paper blossom. You could die cut. There is a die cut set that kind of goes along with this paper. I did punch out a Night of Navy leaf. I think I'll kind of put it, I'll put it like maybe right up here. I'll put this particular flower too is near the edge of the paper, so I didn't get all of it cut out, but it won't really matter because I think I'll put it there. And then this one I will put, kind of pop it up right there. And speaking of pop up, that's what I will do. Put a little dimensional right there. I have Happy Birthday here. I used an oval punch this time. Last time I used a slightly different punch. I don't remember what you call it, but you could punch it out of anything, of course, that would fit on here. And I will put it, yeah, it's sticking to my paper, of course it is, because, and I will stick that right about there. Now the little easel part is also another from the nested stitch dies. And I thought the paper, the designer paper, was light enough for me to stamp 2U on, and I think it's easy enough to see. So those sections, and bring this back in again. Should be dry enough. And I'm going to put glue. Once again, I like using the glue for this part of the project. Again, because it's more forgiving and I can slip it around a little bit if I need to. And it goes right on top there, and I'm going to get this centered. All right, now and you'll see I'm done. See how that works? Once again, I'm sure it needs to dry just a little bit. Then I'm going to attach this part right inside, probably right about there. Again, you could put it up here, you could put it right in the middle. I thought I put it a little bit toward the bottom because it kind of reads Happy Birthday to You. And so I need a couple dimensionals for this. Exactly how far in I put it and where I put it this way isn't any exact science. You know, you want it probably about like this so that it holds this up pretty good. You know, and it could be down here, could be right in the middle, could be up here. How about right about there? Now again, this is not quite dry on here, I can tell. But basically it is done. Told you that was quick and easy. You hardly even have anything to remember. I bet you have it memorized without even rewatching the video. So why don't you try one and see what you can